Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that one scale.
Okay, come. You want to get Maccabees 1:40?
Maccabees 1 and 40.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the book of Maccabees, first Maccabees.
Yeah, first Maccabees. Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of first Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 40. It says, as had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
That's right. All should be one people. That's what you got coming up here, the New World Order. Now, how is everybody going to be one people? In the way of this. The chip. The RFID chip. That's how everybody can be one people. Because this is going to become the new currency. And anybody that has a chip in their hand, they're going to be one world, they're making a one world.
Tribe what I belong to.
Well,
What's your nationality?
Ukrainian.
Well, then you could be an Israelite because Israel's everywhere, but also you could be.
you're most likely an Edomite.
Exactly. You also could be from the tribe of Esau, which you really want to be because the tribe of Esau has a great judgment coming to them according to the Bible for what they did, putting the nation of Israel into slavery.
Wait a minute,
Because of this.
If you're of the tribe of Esau, you have great judgment. You have this coming to you and 10 times worse. Because that's according to the Bible. Because you put the Lord's people into slavery.
Yeah, but that be for unbelievers.
Whether
I
you
won't be
believe.
under judgment because I'm a Christian.
Get what's it called, Romans 3. It says even if they don't believe, doesn't matter whether you believe or not. Judgment is judgment.
This is Romans.
Whether you believe or not, it doesn't matter to the Lord.
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3.
Yeah,
For
but
what if some did not believe?
So what if some don't believe?
I know.
Non-believers, right?
For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
That's right.
God forbid. Let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written.
So even if you're a believer of the Lord, but you're an Edomite, your bloodline still goes back to Esau, you're still getting judgment put on you. Because the Lord requires that's of the past. Because some people say, well, that wasn't me, that was my ancestors.
This is Isaiah.
Go ahead, read it.
This Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children,
right.
for the iniquity of their fathers.
So the Lord said, prepare slaughter for the children today, for the iniquities of their fathers back then.
And it
So
says,
showing you the Lord requires what you do in the past. Why does He require what you do in the past? Because it's just reincarnations in the scriptures.
When you're born again, everything is washed
But that's only for Israel.
who can be born again? That's
It's
right.
they're not just for Israel, but the elect.
Which is these people right here.
Yeah, on the other side.
Yeah. Khan. Now this is the book of
Get Obadiah too.
Khan. This is Obadiah.
Yeah. This is Obadiah. This is what the Lord says about Esau.
This is the book of Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover
Brother
thee.
Jacob is another word for Israel. So for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, talk about the slave trade.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Shame shall come to thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. The Lord is going to do away with Esau
What
forever.
church do you guys fellowship in?
This one right
Right
here.
here.
This is verse 15.
You don't have a...
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
And so you put these people into slavery, so they're going to put you into slavery.
It says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall
The
be,
Lord is about revenge.
and they shall be as though they had not been.
The Lord is about revenge.
Yes. Well, hold on here. Hold on.
Well, you're not listening to the scriptures there. You're just reading that He prepares slaughter for the iniquity of the children, or for His children of the iniquity of their fathers. What does that sound like to you?
For unbelievers,
But who are the people that can only believe in the Lord? There's only a select few of people that can believe in the Lord. You have to be an Israelite to even have the seal of the Lord.
This-
According to the scriptures.
This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Recompense means come back again. So it's
Pay back.
Payback, which is revenge. Now get, I think where it says it's only for Israel. Get Matthew. So you just finished reading Matthew 10.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. It says, these 12 Yahweh, Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the ways of the Gentiles,
To other nations, right?
and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of
The
Israel.
lost sheep of the house of Israel, not for the whole world. Forget that and get Acts 5 and 29.
Okay. This is Acts chapter 5.
Yes, they call Jesus Christ died for everybody.
This is
He died for everybody. He only died for his people,
this is Acts 5 and 29.
which are Israelites.
Gentiles and
Then Peter
But you have to know who the Gentiles are first.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom he slew and hanged on a tree.
right.
Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins.
Now you're talking about the Gentiles. Get Revelation.
that's okay. I have to go.
It's enough? You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, for edification of the of the camera, get you we cut that one bit.
I can't do
Get Revelation 7 and where it talks about the multitudes, chapter 9.
Yeah.
Some people say that she just finished saying that the Gentiles are grafted in, but the Gentiles is talking about Israelites who didn't know that they were Israelites. After you read that, I want you to get the definition in the Bible dictionary.
Come.
Because I'm also getting another definition too.
Come. About the Gentiles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, come. That's actually a big thing, man.
Well,
Huge thing.
also,
Like that's the only thing they can grab onto to try to engraft themselves into it.
come.
But you know,
And also, like if I may read this real quick too, because you know this is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 24, right? Because a bunch of these heathens, they read this and they think that the Lord's talking about everybody, the Jews and the Gentiles, right? Romans 9 and 24, even as whom ye hath called, not of the Jews only, but also the Greeks of the Greeks, as he said also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. Now, when you go into Hosea chapter 1, verse 10, it explains to you and tells you that those were only dealing with the children of Israel. Not of the Jews only, but the Greeks, because our people were also among the Greeks. It's just that simple, man. Because that means that the Lord is contradicting himself if all of a sudden, he came for the other people, when, in the Old Testament and also the New Testament, he's after for the children of Israel only. Right? It would only mean that way. So it's either you're wrong or the Bible is wrong. Now going back to, you want me to read Revelation?
yeah.
Revelation 7 and 9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongue, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and psalms and palms in their hands.
So that's what they grab on. That's what they hold on to say that it's a whole kindred nations and tongues and people. So of different nations. Let's say Edomites, Elamites, Moabites, all different type of people. But that's why you have to go into the breakdown of those words and go into the actual etymology of those words. Now, I got that word kindred in the Greek, and it says phule, and it says a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. So when it said kindred, if you would have read it in the original language, it would have said Phule, which means any people descending from the 12 sons, the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, which we know Jacob is an Israelite, or he's a father of Israel. So what is that? So all those kindred nations and tongues are Israelites that were scattered across the world. Okay, now the brother's gonna get the definition, because when they were scattered across the world, over time they took up the customs of the heathens that they were living among. Okay, so let's for instance Bruce Lee. He's an Israelite who aforetime was living among the Japanese or Chinese, and I think he's Japanese actually, among the Japanese, and was and eventually took up the customs and actually started looking like them over years. But through his spirit, you can tell that man's a Jake, man. Eminem looks like a pure Edomite. But when he starts rapping, making music, you can tell he's a fucking Jake. So there's different ways you have to understand that Israel wasn't always Israel in one clump and everywhere Israel went, they were all there. No, Israel's all over the damn place and they look like the other nations, man. That's another curse. If you read the scriptures, you would read that in Daniel's.
This is the in the Bible dictionary, in the Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Gentiles. Usually it means a non-Israelite people.
Okay.
Now it says usually, not all the time.
So that's already breaking down something to you.
That's right. It says usually it means a non-Israelite people.
Yeah.
Now this is Hellenist in the Bible dictionary. It says Hellenist, Jews who made Greek their tongue.
Jews who made Greek their tongue.
It's like us, how that they would basically say that they would basically say that we're Africans, but what
we made English our tongue. But
that doesn't mean that we're Canadian.
Yeah, that means our nationality, you still would call us Africans.
That's right, in this world. It says Jews who made Greek their tongue, and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices.
So guess what? I'm a Jew. I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that for the longest time. So guess what? I made being a Canadian my tongue. I adopted the different. I adopted the language of English. I adopted the different the ways of being a Canadian. Once I woke up to the truth, I said, forget all that shit.
Yeah, I'm a Jake.
I'm a Jake, man. I'm Israel.
That's right.
So that's exactly what Israel was doing. That's exactly how Israel was back in the time of Acts and when Yahushua was here on the earth, man. You had Israel. That's what Acts, the 10th chapter, is all about. When you read it, what's his name? Cornelius is an Israelite, man. An Israelite who was sincere, and they know that the promises were for him too. Because at the time when you had the Israelites being Israel, you had Israelites being Israel, and then you had Israelites who didn't know they were Israel. So the ones that knew they were Israel were calling the ones that were acting like Greeks and Grecians heathens. No, you're not part of this, man. You guys are heathens now. So they believed that the promise that the Lord gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob wasn't for them. And that's in the scriptures. But
go ahead.
Wait a second. But Yahushua had sent forth the apostles, Paul, and so on and so on, to break down that, no, listen, you're a part of this too, or you're a part of this too. And all you gotta do is start coming to your heritage and your understanding of who you are. Because the Lord, evidently, all of Israel is going to be saved, but it's there's stages and process through it first. First is the elect, and then the 2/3 of Israel is going to come back through the elect as their kids.
Fine. I got a picture to back you up now. This is in the international, in the new international version. In the what? I'm a new international version Bible. I'm a NIV. This is John chapter 7 verse 35. It says, the Jews said to one another, where does this man intend to go, that we cannot find him? will he go where our people live scattered among the Greeks and teach the Greeks?
See it, break it down, bro.
That's right, man. Now I'm going to read that same precept in the King James version. Now, the same precept in the King James version. Now this is John chapter 7, verse 35. John 7 and 35. It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Now,
Yeah, see?
yo, now in the King James it said the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles, but in the NIV it said, will he go unto the Greeks, where our people are scattered among the Greeks, and teach the Greeks? Now it clearly shows you that the Gentiles were what? They were Israelites that were dwelling among the Greeks, man.
That's right.
You know?
You
Yo,
got that.
exactly. Yo, just do your fucking research and then you won't be having any questions.
That's right. This is let me read this real quick. So I can-
Now also, you know, if the Lord came for everybody, and basically everybody can join into this, I got something to read. This is in the Compact Bible dictionary. This is under Edom. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Lord. Now Edom does not have any mercy or promise from the Lord, which means that he cannot be saved, man. The nation of Edom, which also goes to show that this is not for everybody, man.
Not for every nation.
It's not for every nation to just come into this, man. Because like when it said in the book of Revelation chapter 7 and 9, that, you know, all nations, this and that, these people are going to think they're talking about everybody else. But hey,
But Israelites are dwelling in those nations.
that's right. And also in the Bible dictionary, as written by a so-called fucking white man, he even told you that Esau does not have any, I'm a mercy from the Lord. You know, or,
Showing you they know the truth.
yeah, or any promise.
Sure. This is Acts 18:1. After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy
That's right.
with his wife Priscilla.
That's right.
You know, it goes on and on, but showing you had Jews
Yeah.
who lived in Italy. He said he lately came from Italy.
That's right, man.
So my sister, what? She's a Jake. She's a Jew, from the tribe of Judah, but she lately comes from Canada. That's the same thing.
That's
And
right.
she was born here.
That's right.
So it's the same thing, but that's why nationality is a bloodline, not a place
Yeah.
or a land. Nationality is a bloodline.
Yeah, because you have, I'm a Kobe Bryant, you know.
Yeah.
His dad is from Italy, so does that mean that Kobe, he's not an Israelite? You know what I mean?
Or if you're gonna talk as in the world, he's not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You tell me, look at Kobe being from Italy, you would still consider him African? Looking at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying, oh yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Italy, but his roots go back to Africa.
Yeah.
Because he's black, right?
That's right.
Well, that's what we're saying about the truth here.
That's right.
Yeah, he might live in these different lands, but just looking at him, you know he's a Jake.
That's right. And also with
Easy breakdown.
and also with I'm Irving, he was born in what, he was born in Australia, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yo, so does that mean that he's a heathen?
Look at Blake Griffin's son. Blue eyes, blonde hair. But
That's-
Blake's a Jake.
Yeah, he's a Levite.
He's a Levite. So there you go. And just watch him play, you know he's a Jake.
Yeah.
You know, so thing's not. So in the end of the day, the bottom line is that the message of this thing is not for everybody. And as soon as these guys who claim to know the scriptures, these so-called Christians who claim to know the scriptures, say that, what about the Gentiles? What about the multitude in different